Hello, forehand time. So this video might be a little longer because I'm going to talk a lot about forehands and what you need to do to make them better. So when the mowers get by, don't worry, I'll just throw some shots so you can kind of see, get some visual examples. I'll start it off with a few just shots so you can see. So let me grab some discs. For the record, I am throwing about 250 to 300 foot on a hyzer right here. I'm not doing much more. It's not very important how far I'm throwing to the footwork and stuff I'm doing there. That's just going to be power and angle and height. So, some hyzers. Alrighty, let's begin. So, forehand starts with some steps. We're going to look at the footwork first. Make sure our feet are doing the right thing. I highly recommend learning the forehand from a shortened run-up and then a bigger run-up if you don't do it yet. So start here. Start with the ending. So back foot perpendicular to the tee pad. Front foot, for me, I put it not forward, but at about a 45. Maybe a little less. I'd say maybe like a 30. But I'm not, this is gonna allow me to turn my hips and aim out to the left a little bit. I don't wanna be throwing dead straight over here because this goes to the right. So it's gonna peek me out to the left a little bit. So I've got back foot, front foot. So start here. Before that, the next step you would wanna do is start with a shortened run up. So you're gonna wanna start here. You're gonna wanna go left, right, left. 3 steps. And when I do it, it's left, right, left. It's a hop. So I'm going to take my left step. I'm going to pass my right foot in front of my left. And then I'm going to push off of that and throw. Very similar to like a baseball hop. So we go left, hop, throw. And it's got a different timing. Let me try to time it up good. So we got boom, 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 boom. So there was, I took a step, and then I went boom, 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 boom. So I had right foot, left foot, throw at that ending. So we've got left foot, right, left, throw. So there's that little timing there. So if you can start there, it's gonna help you out. We'll start back at the beginning now. So when I begin my forehand, setting up, I'm facing the target I'm looking at. I'm not sideways, facing the target. That's just how I like to do it. There are many ways to do this. It's a frisbee. You can throw it however you want. This is how I do it. So, setting up facing the target. Step 1, be right foot. And for me, I put it almost perpendicular, a little bit less than perpendicular. The reason why it's less than perpendicular is I'm going to get to perpendicular eventually. I don't want to do all that rotation at once. So right foot, place. Next step, it's going to be my left foot. In front of it, I go 1, 2. So right here, my feet are very similar to each other. They're parallel, if you look. So whatever angle I just set up there, I'm setting up here too. So I've got right, left. Now we're at the crow hop section. We're gonna hop the right foot in front of the left, land it perpendicular, and then push through to our plant foot at that 30-degree angle. So I'll do that in motion now. We got right, left, throw. Right, left, throw. Right, left, throw. Hard to do and say at the same time, but you can kind of see the timing there when I do that. Right, left, throw. So we've got the foot timing figured out. We've got the angles for that figured out. What's our hands doing while we're doing that? So, for me, I'm holding my frisbee in my left hand. I throw right-handed. Hold it in my left hand. I'm lining up my shot. grab my hyzer disc, whatever I got, get it all lined up, we're feeling good about it. So we're here. Disc is at my waist in a regular position. Step one, I pull the disc off again. I've been doing it over and over. I've been doing this, checking out my angle, really feeling that wrist snap. Boom, feel that hip point, that boom, that boom, that boom. Feeling that, feeling for that, getting comfortable with that position. Then I go to step one and I'm doing the same thing. One, we're here, back where we were. So 1, 2, this is important for me. So step two, you don't need to grab it again with your left hand, but this is where you decide, am I doing the Avery Jenkins, Paul McBeth, or am I doing the Scott Stokely down below? You gotta decide that right here. Or the Barsby, the back forward thing. You gotta decide that. Jerm does that too all the time with his approach discs. So you got that decision in hand. So you go out together. For me, I'm going over the top, the Avery Jenkins. So I'm going over the top. I got 1, 2. Next step is gonna be set up for my crow hop. I'm gonna go to the crow hop. Boom, and you're thinking, what do I do with my hands? We're gonna push the disc off of our hand and let go of it. And when we do it, we're gonna continue the hand going. And I put my hand by my elbow. So I'm in a position like this. I go from here to here. Boom, boom. So I'll show you here, I'll do it. We got 1, 2, 3. So now I'm in this position. This is my reach back. My shoulders are turned back. Basically like if I was throwing a lefty backhand, when I took my hand and put it here, I turn that shoulder back. If you take your hand and leave it here, my shoulders are pointing opposite directions right now. Where right here, now my shoulders are both pointing the same directions. We want the shoulders to be lined up with each other. So we got 1, 2, boom. We've got to our crow hop now. And the crow hop happens pretty quickly. For me, it's just like right, left, right, left. And at this point, we've got right, left. So here, this is one of the confusing parts. You're probably thinking, what do I do with my left hand? So I just got here, and I'm about to throw. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna throw it through the middle. What did my left hand do? So when we started doing this, we went here, and we went from here to here. The momentum that this arm had is gonna continue. So it starts going down and away, boom. And then if we let the momentum continue, as we turn our shoulders back, the arm continues forward. And then when it really reaches this like peak point where we're turned back and our arm is farthest away from it, where these two are the most opposite, that is the point in which our body is telling our hips and shoulders, now throw. Boom, we've reached that point. So I just went here, and I need to lag my shoulder, so I'm gonna push it back. My shoulder's going back, and as soon as we get to this point, I'm ready to throw because my shoulders have been turned totally backwards. Not backwards, but they've been turned away from the target. And now I can turn all of this side of my body, right shoulder, right hip, into left hip, through. And if you use some of the topics we talked about before, you can get that power pocket feeling in your elbow. So you can go, you got 1, 2, 3 here, 3, 4, because I took my other step. And now we're pulling through. Reminder, put the elbow close to the body, pull it into the body as we start to turn through. So we get to a position like here. And once the elbow has laid in front of the disc, the elbow is pushing the whole body through, and the disc is gonna go from here to here. It's gonna fall behind, and then as you pull it through, it's going to then catch back up, boom, and push it out through. So if you watch the slow-mo forehand, you'll see that elbow swing forward and then the disc follow behind. And that's deliberately happening because when we go to here and we start pulling our shoulders through and we swing this guy down and we start turning, we turn from the elbow and shoulder, not from the hand. We don't rotate from there. We rotate from over here and we drop this guy into here, boom, and we are now ready. And this, I don't do too much with it. I'm not like trying to swing it out of the way. It just happens naturally. And I try to not overdo it. Once we've reached about here and we've learned turn back, this is no longer a motivating factor for the throw. It has just been a setup. I've set myself up to throw, and now I can use the right side of my body to throw. I don't need to swing with my left arm and pull through to make this forehand happen. I just need to get it out of the way and get a tight center of gravity on it so I can rotate faster. So for me, I like to pull it down and then leave it at my side as best as I can. So I'm gonna throw some forehands now. Try to do all those things in a row. I'll try to talk through some of them. I'll go one more example, then I'll just throw some. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Arm is still swinging. We get to here, and then we pull through and throw. We didn't talk too much about the feet during the throw, but generally for me, my follow through is more like a stand up than it is an actual like rotation around my foot. I don't find myself really rotating that much. I don't find myself going from here all the way to there. It's from here to here. It's just a little bit. And it's having that balance that's more important, I think. So let's do some throws. We'll grab some more discs. Flick a few more things. Got 2 more. As we do this, one thing I've heard Nate Sexton say a bunch is the height of this reach back when we get here is the amount of distance you want to do. That is a good way to do it. That's a variable you can use to get more distance, more power. You can also go faster. You can go from point A to point B quicker, and that will also get you some more speed. And you combine the both of them, higher up and faster, you're gonna get a lot more distance. Almost. There's a picnic table down there I've been trying to hit. Almost hit it every time. But yeah, so that's a breakdown of the footwork. What you can do with your body to make that forehand make some more sense. Because there's a lot of like arguments about how forehand should happen. And all of them are bullshit. Don't listen to them. Throw it however the hell you want. It's not a forward facing throw. It's not a sideways facing throw. It's a frisbee throw. You're throwing a frisbee. It's different than a ball. You shouldn't be throwing it like this, and you shouldn't be throwing wrench over bitches the whole time. Just grabbing your Firebird and throwing it like this. It's not worth it. It's good, and you should do all of them, but you're gonna want to learn how to do it on a hyzer, on the flat, on the anhyzer, with all the stabilities for each of those classes. So like, don't get bogged down on any one type of forehand. If you can learn them all, you can learn them all. You can take a Zephyr and forehand it. Yeah, it's kind of wobbly. If you can do that, you'll be just fine. Let me see if I can get some more distance. Zephyrs are hard to forehand. Big old lid. Go hard. I got one more Zephyr. I'll give it the last chance. Last chance on the Zephyr. See how much I can do. It's a very difficult forehand. Not even close. Well, hope it helped. Good luck on your forehands. Have a good day.